AI is very complicated.
I mean, technically, since AI is trained by human experiences,
Yeah.
we should be
Yeah.
explaining it to AI, not
Yeah.
AI explaining it to
तू क्या
us.
पूछ रही है हमसे? हम तुझे बताएंगे क्या पूछना है. Very much in your face because he's somebody who's a dabang who calls himself Malik. So that there it goes. When you think that you're Malik, then you don't have to be scared of anyone.
I don't think I ever sat and thought about, oh, this film's about Malik and why is it not called Shalini or something. Like, I never thought about that.
It genuinely was a small town, and to have this dream that I want to be a film actor one day was something I thought was. Now when I look back, I think that was very, very gutsy of me to think that way.
What would you name your biopic if it was to be made? I forgot to ask that.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Amazing. We'll do something with Raj. That would be like
Just Raj.
Raj. You know a film is going to work when there are multiple subs on Reddit and people on Reddit are already talking about the intensity that Rajkummar Rao is bringing to Malik.
Thank you.
Raj, have you gone through social media and seen the
Not
comments
on
and
Reddit
feedback?
as of now. No.
But
Yeah.
people are actually kind of comparing you with the intensity of Umarta. I mean, they're saying, will he manage to do that? Yes. But the dialogue, of course, Malik पैदा नहीं हुए तो क्या बन तो सकते हैं. Is that a moment in your life when you also felt that maybe I was not born for this, but I will do it? Do you guys have a story to share like that?
Yeah, of course. You know, being an outsider, growing up in Gurgaon, and that too, the old Gurgaon, it genuinely was a small town. And to have this dream that I want to be a film actor one day was something I thought was. Now when I look back, I think that was very, very gutsy of me to think that way. But I think God has been kind, and then it just happened. I started doing theatre, then a film school happened, FTI, then Mumbai happened. It was a long journey, a tough journey full of hardships, but no complaints. I think that's how it was supposed to be.
Amazing.
But I'm glad I'm sitting here today and talking about Malik.
Super. Manushi?
I think when you're young, you have absolutely no experience of the real world, but you have a lot of confidence. You feel like you can do anything in the world. And I think I grew up with that thought. I genuinely never thought that there's something I can't do. It was always a thought of what is it that I want to do.
Right.
I wanted to be a doctor because that's what my exposure was. Those are the people I grew up around. I always knew that I would want to compete at Miss World. That was a big dream in my life. But you know, films happened later in life, and I'm genuinely really enjoying it. All of these have been my decisions, but there has never been a thought of I can't do it, but I'm going to prove it to everyone that I'm going to do this. I don't think that's ever been a thought.
Amazing. And Raj, of course, in recent times, everyone's seeing you do a lot of rom-com and light characters. But of course, we also know you from Umarta, Shahid, and then also Trapped. The kind of dedication that you brought to these characters is just worth writing a book, maybe someday. But tell me about Malik. How did you get into the character, and how difficult does it get for you to kind of break out from these intense characters, maybe after a cut?
It was very exciting for me to play Malik in Malik because I was also looking for something which is which can offer me a very different approach to a character or a different character altogether. And I'm glad Malik happened because it was very refreshing for me also to play, to explore my darker side. As you said, of course, last it happened was in Omerta. But Omerta also, it was very internal. All the anger, all the hatred it was very internalized performance. This is, of course, also internal, but it's also very much in your face because he's somebody who's a dabang, who calls himself Malik. So that there it goes. When you think that you're Malik, then you don't have to be scared of anyone.
True.
So it was very refreshing for me also to explore this character. I had a lot of fun making this film, being a part of this film, because the story, the script is just so powerful, so beautiful. The journey of being this guy who's, as the trailer says, a majboor baap ka beta, from there to becoming Malik, the rise of this character, to what all happens with him in this journey. It's beautiful the way I think Pulkit has written the whole thing.
Absolutely.
So I had a lot of fun playing this part.
But has there been ever a time when you found it difficult to come out of your character, maybe break out from any character that you've played in the past, maybe?
It happened with me in Omerta. Psychologically, mentally, I was like in a very dark spot, in a very dark zone. So it became tiresome for me mentally. In Trapped, physically, it became very, very taxing for me. In Malik, I enjoyed it because to portray power,
Yes.
it's a different kind of feeling.
Right.
Yeah, it gives you a different kind of high when you know that you're the most powerful person in the room. Yeah.
Right, right. Manushi, I mean, in an industry where vanity sells, I mean, how challenging has it been for you to pick characters which are also substantial, which has a lot to do? I mean, of course, because you also are relatively new in the industry, an outsider. Tell me about your own struggle of finding that right part.
I mean, finding that right part, you only know once you see the final result. But from whatever understanding you have, I mean, you try to make your best decisions. Now, I'm very new in the world of films, and for me, it was, I found myself in a space where I really wanted to prove myself as an actor, and I really wanted to do something which was out of my comfort zone and which was unexpected for me, for myself.
Right.
And as Miss World or as something else, maybe I had a certain role to play, but that's not fair for me to carry to all my characters. And if a certain character requires that sort of vanity, then it makes sense. But if it doesn't, I guess that's an experience in itself, and I quite enjoyed. Initially, you are kind of wondering that how will people react? Will it look real, not real? And I think our director was really clear about what he wanted, and we kind of built the character together. So by the time we were on set, and once we eventually started shooting, over the course of the shoot, I quite enjoyed the fact that no one was coming and picking on my hair, or no one was trying to kind of work on the vanity, constantly work on the vanity. And that when you're not thinking about how you're looking and you're just focused on what you're supposed to do, it's a lot of freedom to just be.
Right.
And I quite enjoyed that. And I genuinely enjoy my work as an actor. So I don't want to be bound by these, by having to look a certain way, or having to be, you're expected to only choose these certain roles. I don't want to be bound by that, because there's a lot of joy in, being an actor and trying different things.
But also when it comes to actioners especially, a lot of people do criticize that women are majorly reduced to being maybe in the songs and dance and just the romantic angle. When you were picking, of course, Malik, was that a second thought in your mind?
No, I'd say it's not right to criticize women for even doing these. Maybe that's what a certain kind of audience might have liked, or that might be the requirement of that particular script. But end of the day, we're actors. We have a certain role to play. I don't think I ever sat and thought about, oh, this film's about Malik, and why is it not called Shalini or something. I never thought about that. The films, I liked the film.
Right.
I liked the script. It's wonderful. Pulkit's a wonderful director. And the fact that Raj was doing the film, and there are so many amazing actors on board, that they all have a certain sensibility when it comes to choosing their scripts. And so I didn't have to think too much about, if I'm liking it, I didn't have to second guess myself.
Yeah.
I liked my character. I liked what she was doing. And I don't think that you need to have the maximum amount of screen time to make an impact.
Yeah.
It's more about, is this character really needed? What value does this character add? And why is this character doing what they're doing? And I think if that's something that hits you, along with you liking the film and the filmmaker, then I guess you should totally go for it.
And as Manushi mentioned, what the character is doing, for what reason, Raj, when you are doing something like this, which is a little grey, anti-hero, do you also kind of find reasons for his actions?
The reasons were in the film,
Yeah.
in the script. I think that's the beauty of the script, because Pulkit spent a lot of time to write this story, and he's a writer, director as well. So he knew the characters and their reasoning very well in advance. So there was nothing that was not justified or that was unreasonable. Every action that's happening in the film, there's a reason behind that.
Yeah.
Every character's arc is very beautifully written. They all have their own journey. They all have their own reasons to do whatever they're doing in the film. There's nothing just for the impact. Everything is very reasonable. Everything is very logical that way, the whole graph of it. So it was there. But for me as an actor, when I come on board, I believe in the character. I believe in what he's doing. As Raj, I may or may not believe in the ideologies, But as an actor, yeah, I have to believe in whatever the action that my character is taking.
Right. Also, Raj, a lot of people are saying that you want to break out from your small town boy character and do all massy stuff with Malik. How do you look at that statement or that belief that people have about
I'm
you?
not trying to break out from anything. It's just a coincidence that Malik happened
Yeah.
at this moment, and I'm very happy Malik happened. I've always tried to do this. It's not like from 2010 I'm doing the similar parts. Not at all. I think touch wood, I've got a chance to play variety of characters in 15 years. Worked with some most amazing filmmakers, and I'm very proud of my filmography. So yeah, Maalik is another addition to that, a film that I'm extremely proud of, and which is showing me in a very new avatar. And I got to do something very different for myself and for the audience.
Absolutely. And as actors, of course, you enjoy the perks of popularity, fame. There's also success, but failure also comes with each project. I mean, you never know how it will kind of result in. How do you kind of personally deal with failures, and does it take time for you to kind of overcome? Because of course, you've given so much to a film, and when it doesn't work, like how do you deal with that?
If you know the film was good and it didn't work at the box office for whatever reason, then of course you feel slightly bad that, you know, it was a good film, it should have worked, it deserved more audience. But sometimes you know that film was also okay and it didn't work, then you're like, fine, it was, maybe it deserved only those many people. So that's also the two ways to it.
That's a great way. Yeah. Manushi, for you?
I'd say that, I mean, for me, your first, the very first experience of a film not working might make you suddenly feel a little, you might be a bit taken aback simply because, you know, everyone works very hard on a film. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But with experience, you also understand that you don't have a direct control over the final verdict of the film. You know, there's so many aspects that and it might even be a good product, but might not work because of a certain reason. So I'd say that you want for it to work simply because, you know, so many people have worked so hard on it. There's a producer who's backed that project. There's a director who's lived with that story for so long. But I mean, it's a part and parcel of the industry. Not every film where, you know, people might work really hard and might spend a lot of money on a certain film, and it might just not work for the audience. And I guess that's all right. What I'll say in the very few films that I've done, there's always been something that I've had to take away. Might be a learning, might be a certain experience. Maybe what you're probably paid, you needed to work at that point. It could be anything. But there's always something you'll have to gain, even from the experiences that don't work, that don't work out eventually.
And what about competition? Of course, everyone keeps talking about that the competition is just with yourself, but of course you see your contemporaries doing certain roles and you wish that maybe I could have done it better, or I wish this had come to me. Does that happen?
See, we're not in, this is not a sport, right? That one person has to win.
Yeah.
It's an art form. An art form is very, very pure.
Right.
Like you can't compare, you know, that Chris Martin is a better singer or Rihanna is a better singer. They both are good in their own ways. So art form, there's no competition. You can only compete with someone's hard work. You can only compete with someone's choices but you cannot compete with someone's destiny.
Right.
And you can only that way. I believe in it. Like I'm only competing with myself because I want to grow as an actor. As I said, there's no first prize. Nobody is getting a first, second, third prize. You know, after 6 months. So it's not a sport. It's an art form.
Yeah. Manushi, do you believe in that?
Well, there's no, like he said, it's not like school that there's a competition and there'll be one topper, because there's not only one factor that determines the output. But are there films that someone signs and I wish that I would have gotten the opportunity to do it? Yes. I mean, there are some characters I would have wished to play. But I guess you get that, you know, you have to kind of focus on yourself. You have to focus on your own career, because eventually there will be there's a space for a lot of people. There'll be a lot of people and who will be doing things, and everyone will be doing it their own way. You know, you cannot be sitting and thinking. And if you start sitting and thinking about what someone else is doing, you will have absolutely no time or energy to focus on what you're supposed to do. So I get a lot of satisfaction by being better than what I was before, not by being better than someone else in some aspect. And also life, just the outcome of your films is not the only thing that determines your success or that determines how happy you are with life. There are so many other things. So, if I were to sit and compare that, okay, this category, that category and all, there's no one who has it all or who's doing better than everyone else in every aspect. So there'll always be a time when you'll be great at one thing and then, it'll always keep shifting. So I focus on what I want to do and where I want to be in life. And there's a lot of space for everyone to do that.
Right. Raj, of course, you've confirmed as Saurabh Ganguly. I mean, did you take tips from Prosenjit on Bengali?
No, I have one at home.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but tell me, how's the prep going? When are you starting shoot? Tell us a little more about it.
Shoot is later next year, so there's still time. So we'll start prep like closer to the shoot, of course. Yeah.
But is Patralika training you in Bengali?
That's been going on for years now. Yeah.
Amazing. We'll just take 1 minute each. I have basically asked AI if they wanted to know more about Raj and Manushi, what is the questions that they'll ask AI. So Raj, I'll start with you. If I had access to your Google search history during a role prep, what's the weirdest thing I'd find?
Weirdest thing?
While you're
during
prepping
my
for a role.
prep.
For like this film?
Any film,
Any
like,
film, okay.
yeah. What is the weirdest thing you do?
There's nothing.
Google search.
No, there's nothing weird.
Okay.
What do you do? No.
What's one particular thing that you maybe do search about?
Maybe during trap, like for how many days one can stay without food.
Right. What's one irrational human behavior you still can't decode and want me to explain to you? Basically, an AI is asking you that.
What irrational human behavior?
You still can't decode and want me to explain it to you. Because you play such intense roles, like, yeah.
AI is very complicated.
I mean, technically, since AI is trained by human experiences, we should be
Yeah.
explaining it to AI, not AI explaining it to
तुम
us.
क्या पूछ रही है हमसे? हम तुझे बताएंगे क्या पूछना है.
What will you explain it to them? Which human emotion? Human behavior or emotions?
So many, yeah. Humans are very complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's one film you wish more people talked about in your filmography?
Trapped, Badhai Do,
Yeah.
Shahid. Shrikant was a success, but still, I think,
Absolutely.
yeah, Shrikant.
Yeah. You are known for your realism, but do you secretly want to play a superhero with laser eyes and no emotional backstory?
I would love to play a superhero for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about laser eyes, but a superhero for sure. Yeah.
But that would look cool on you,
Yeah.
laser eyes.
And no emotional backstory.
Backstory तो होगी.
Acha hogi.
Superhero में backstory ना हो तो मजा नहीं आता.
Acha. Lastly, if an AI wrote your biopic 30 years from now, what moment from today do you hope it includes and one that it evades?
What woman?
No, one moment which
Moment.
that it today it
Ah.
includes and one that it evades. One that it doesn't.
One moment. Me maybe winning the national award.
Amazing.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
I mean, and one moment it can evade as in.
Skip one thing that it can.
Skip.
It should skip, yeah. That you don't want in your biopic, maybe.
So many. Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
I thought you'll say nothing.
No, as in like very generic things. It can, yeah,
Okay.
of course, skip. Nobody's interested in what I ate for my breakfast today. Yeah.
Okay, Manushi, your turn now.
Okay.
You went from aspiring doctor to Miss World to leading lady in films. Which transition felt like the biggest leap and which one felt most natural?
AI wants to know
Yeah.
this. Okay. From being a doctor to pageants to films.
Yeah. Which one was most natural and which one was the most biggest leap?
See, the most natural externally might feel from pageants to films.
Yeah.
Because you have a certain platform, you're already popular. But the biggest leap was from medicine to pageants because there were a lot of things that I had to learn. And I was extremely raw, not at all prepared, trained. And I think that worked in my favor as well, that I was not as prepared.
Right.
And I guess that was the biggest leap because, I mean, when you're Miss World, you literally feel like you're on top of the world.
If beauty were an algorithm, what 3 values would you feed into it to define real beauty?
Confidence. Oh, I feel like I'm giving Miss World
Yes,
answers now. मेरा
Back on the
एग्जाम
stage.
ले रहे हैं उसको Okay, 3 confidence defines beauty, self-assurance and kindness.
Amazing. If you could sit your younger self down before entering films, what's the one thing you would warn her about?
What's the one thing that I would warn her about?
Yeah.
Would be that do not take anything to your heart. It's do your work, go home, be happy. don't think beyond this.
If your life was a film, what would it be titled and which genre?
If my life was a film, what would it be titled? Would be definitely a drama. Would be the only thing that was certain in life was uncertainty. She has no idea where her life's going to take her, but she knows she's going places.
One dream collaborator.
One dream collaborator. In what sense?
In terms of films, direction or actor. Anywhere.
You know, I don't want to. I believe in keeping things to yourself till they come true. So I would not want to put it out there till it doesn't happen.
What would you name your biopic if it was to be made? I forgot to ask that.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Amazing. We'll do something with Raj. That would be like
Just Raj.
Raj. Great. Thank you so much for your time
Thanks
and
a
all the
lot.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.